The lanterns in the valley were just beginning to glow when Arin, a 25-year-old wanderer burdened by his own thoughts, returned to the village. But tonight, the noise inside him was louder than any marketplace. His mind had become a battlefield. Shadows from his past clung to him like wet clothes. Worries about his future curled around his chest and squeezed until breathing felt like work. Every day was the same storm. Restlessness in the morning, regret in the afternoon, and fear by nightfall. He hadn't slept well in months. He laughed less. He lived even less. People around him didn't see a person anymore. They saw a young man drowning silently. One evening, while sitting by the riverbank, Arin overheard travelers whispering about a hermit who lived deep in the valley's upper cliffs. A man once known across the cities as a brilliant teacher of the mind, a man who had left everything behind. Some said he could turn chaos into calm. Others said he had forgotten how to speak to ordinary people, choosing instead the language of the wind and trees. Arin didn't know what to believe. But desperate hearts don't think. They move. So he left before sunrise. The climb was brutal. Roots tore at his ankles, the cold bit his fingers. But the fire inside him, the fire begging for peace, pushed him forward. After hours, he found a small wooden hut wrapped in vines and silence. An old man sat on the porch, eyes closed, still as a stone warmed by years of sun. Arin hesitated, then knelt. "Master, my mind won't let me rest. I carry 1,000 thoughts, and every one of them hurts." The old man slowly opened his eyes. There was no shock, no pity, only a softness that made Arin feel, for a moment, like he had come home. Without a word, the old man stood and motioned for Arin to follow. They walked behind the hut, where a single clay pot rested beside a wooden table. The old man filled a cup with water until it trembled at the rim, the way morning dew trembles before falling. He handed it to Arin. "Walk to the far oak tree," the old man whispered, "and return, without spilling even a breath of water." Arin felt foolish, but something in the old man's calm told him this wasn't a trick. It was a doorway. He held the cup with both hands and began. The path was uneven, birds scattered from the branches above. Villagers passed by talking loudly, curious about the stranger with the cup. But Arin did not lift his eyes. Every step was a negotiation between balance and breath. Every sound around him faded into a distant blur. For the first time in years, the past could not reach him, and the future could not scare him. There was only the cup. When he finally returned, the old man touched the rim of the water and smiled. "You did well," he said. "But tell me, did you hear the laughter of the children by the stream? Did you notice the clouds drifting like slow ships above you?" Arin shook his head. "No, I didn't see anything. I was only thinking about the water." The old man's smile deepened, the kind of smile that held decades of understanding. "That," he said softly, "is the quiet your heart has been begging for. When you give all of your attention to now, the noise of yesterday disappears. The fear of tomorrow dissolves. Your mind stops fighting itself." He placed a hand on Arin's shoulder. "You carried your thoughts like heavy stones, not because they were real, but because you kept picking them up." Arin lowered his gaze, feeling a weight lifting from his chest. "So peace was always here?" "It has never left you," the old man said. "You only stopped visiting it." The sun dipped behind the mountains, leaving a soft gold across the valley. Birds returned to their nests, and the wind carried the first cool breath of night. Arin walked back down the hill, cup still steady in his hand. But now something inside him was calmer, clearer. A lake finally settling after years of storm. He would still face difficult days. Thoughts would still come. Life would still pull at him. But now he knew the truth. You don't empty your mind by force. You empty it by returning to the moment you're actually living. One breath at a time, one step at a time, one drop of water at a time. And in that simple presence, peace waits always. If it reminded you to slow down, breathe, and return to the present, then subscribe and share this with someone whose mind deserves a moment of silence.